Right.
But I guess the thing is that why are we doing this? Why are we doing this on the world stage? I mean, to me, it just seems ridiculous.
Right. And a lot of things you're saying, believe it or not, I've read about the whole situation about Gen 21. There's some books out there. I don't know if I recommended them to you before, but I'm gonna look at them right now because your head will probably spin if you read this shit. And I don't know if any of this is true, if somebody made this up, but they are supposed books by the Illuminati. Okay, one of them is called Illuminatium, the First Testament of the Illuminati. Another one,
yeah, that's an old one.
Another one is called Illuminations, Wisdom from the Planet's Greatest Minds, and then there are the 66 Laws of the Illuminati. So I don't know if the Illuminatium one came out in 2014, from what I know. So it's like 6 years old then. But some of the stuff.
Me personally, I don't read those books, but I mean, look, I'm not like saying anything's untrue. And a lot of the stuff that I said today is just my opinion. I mean, It's just the way that I see it. It could be completely, off kilter and off the wall. I'm not like, them out showing freaking, nutbag, but I'm just looking at everything the way that I see it. And to me, it's just like, it seems like something is like afoot that is, outside of like just average, like black people being pissed off. It seems to me like there's an agenda to straight up take down capitalistic society, and especially America, because if you look at World War II, all right, and this is what I always point to people. If you look at World War II, if the United States had not, gotten together with Russia, I mean, we were the last bastions of freedom at that time. And if we had not stepped in and intervened in World War II, Hitler would have won.
Wow.
And that's the thing, because, America was a superpower. They really honestly were. And, England was getting their asses handed to them at the time because, Winston Churchill was telling them, it's like, look, we need to go to war, but the parliament didn't want to go to war. And so they were being a bunch of freaking cuck assholes about it. But because they didn't believe that Hitler was a threat, but Hitler was clearly a fucking threat. And so I feel that after World War II, powers that really did believe in totalitarianism, I feel that they actually learned from it, and they actually learned from Hitler's failures. And I believe that, in the silence of night, they have been plotting, because Hitler really did have a great plan, and he almost succeeded. He really did. The only thing where he failed is he just didn't. He failed in the propaganda department, and I feel like, and I'm not calling the Democratic Party as a whole like a bunch of freaking Hitler Nazis. I am calling out the hard left, socialistic, Marxism, communistic part of the Democratic Party, and I feel like they have learned from Hitler's mistakes, and they have been doing a slow burn ever since to slowly break down society. They're using Marx, they're using Hegel, they're using their teachings of how to break down a society, but you can't do it at once. See, that's where Hitler failed. He tried to break them down all at once. It didn't work. They've done it on a slow burn for a long-term, it's a long-term project. It's kind of like, I don't know, Castle. I think you and I are pretty much the same age. Like, do you remember, like, as a kid, do you ever remember, like, building, like, model planes or cars or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it took, like, a couple weeks, a long time. Like, you had to get the glue, get the pieces. You got to get your little cutting tool out to get all the stuff off the edge. You glue it together, and then you got to go buy the paint. It took you a long time to get the project done. And I honestly think that that's what's going on in the far, I'm going to say like the far left wing of the Democratic Party, because I don't think that all Democrats are evil. I don't. I think the far leftists like AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi. These people are really, really far left leaning. And I truly believe that they believe in what they believe in. Don't get me wrong, but they don't understand that the stuff that they're espousing, the stuff that they want in a monetistic society, it's not sustainable. You can't do it. Look, if you want to be a socialist, if you want everyone to have equal things, okay, that's fine. Bring that argument to the table. But if you want to do that, you have to completely eradicate the monetary system. Because right now, the way that the world works on money. Whether it be fiat currency, whether it be on the gold standard, whatever, it works on money. But the stuff that they want, the stuff that they want to achieve, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's going to cause the collapse of society. It happened with Greece. I mean, look at what happened with Greece. Look at Venezuela, for fuck's sakes.
Right.
It's like, look, and I'm open-minded enough to, look, if you don't like the monetary system, okay, let's get rid of it. But what's going to replace it? Because if you get rid of money, what's going to motivate people to get off their ass and be productive members of society?
Right. Well,
let me ask you this. I mean, let me ask you. Let's say that if you go to your job and you can't make money, what are you going to go to work for? I'm not going to work.
Yeah, you wouldn't go to work. I think
I'm not either.
I think if something like, let's say, okay, here's my idea. Let's say just a shit ton of people in the world lose their jobs. Like they're all labor jobs for some reason. Because people have figured out how to make AI build homes, build roads, just something faster without a human condition in the way. They just get it done. So all these other people lose their jobs over it. The only good thing I can see coming out of that is the chance to advance yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. But that's the only thing. I don't know if that happened, what would happen to those people who have lost those jobs. Except, I mean, you can't convince somebody that, okay, you lost your job, here's an opportunity to improve yourself. So
yeah, no, I mean, look, if we get rid of the monetary system, I mean, honestly, then we're gonna have to go back to the barter system. You know what I mean? Because look,
which wasn't a bad system.
No, I'm not saying it is, but I mean, the monetary system, the capitalistic system, is the more advanced version of the barter system because you get shit done faster for more money and for more credits, as they say. So, but it's like I'm not going to, like, for instance, I'm just going to talk for me personally. It's like I'm not going to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning, to go to work for nothing. I mean, I'm going to need something for it, because I need food. I need, everyone has needs.
Right.
So I don't quite understand what the hell we're doing with this whole socialistic garbage. Because look, with socialism, okay, so everyone gets paid, but where's all that fucking money coming from? So it's going to come from the backs of people that get up at 1 o'clock in the morning to go to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's the motivation of that? And the only way that that's going to work is, okay, well, you're going to have to tax the shit out of me for all the lazy-ass motherfuckers that don't want to go to work. So it's like, wait a minute. So you're going to sit here and tell me that I'm going to freaking sit here and maintain my Class A license. I'm going to get up and go to work every day at 1 o'clock in the morning so that some asshole can sit at home and, stick a freaking, prostate freaking stimulator up his ass and, jerk off and just freaking watch TV all day? Give me a fucking break. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Because, it's like, at that point, it's like, okay, well then, why shouldn't I just quit my job? I'll go on freaking Facebook. I'll go on freaking Amazon. I'll buy my own prostate stimulator, jerk off all day, and just play video games. And get paid for it. It makes no sense.
Right.
Huh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm sorry to be so graphic, but it's just like,
no.
To me, the whole fucking thing just seems so stupid.
Yeah.
It seems absolutely stupid. I think that everyone needs to get off their fucking ass and look. If you don't want to be if you don't like the freaking monetary system, if you don't like capitalism, okay, fine. Well, then let's find another system. But everyone needs to get off their fucking ass, go to work, and do something to advance society. Because frankly, at the end of the day, I need to be able to go to Sam's Club and get like freaking chicken strips and freaking hot dogs for my fucking meals at work. So how the fuck am I going to get that? Because people that work in those processing, plants aren't going to want to do that shit for free because it's shit work. I don't necessarily want to get up and freaking, drive my truck around goddamn psychotic freaking San Diego all day for free. I do it because I get paid good.
Right.
I put up with the bullshit at my work because I get paid good to do it. I put up with my customers that piss me off because I get paid to do it. So explain to me if there's no incentive, like what's the incentive? If we're going to do away with this cashless society, what's the fucking incentive? These idiots that want to defund the police. Okay, so what happens if some dickhead pops in my house and wants to freaking start, getting stupid? Well, in my mind, I'm going to go fucking buy a gun, whether it be a ghost gun or whether it be a registered gun, whatever. But if there's no cops, I'll just blow the motherfucker away. Who's going to be here to freaking pick up the body? Who's going to be here to arrest me if I just blew him away, nonchalant? What's to stop me from just going out and murdering people? If there's no police, if there's no law enforcement, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
These fucking dumbass activists are not thinking about their shit. I'm sorry.
No, keep going, man.
I didn't mean to get all popped off. I'm just saying.
That makes for a good session.
Fucking idiots. It's like, look, what if inside I'm like a serial killer? All right, so if we defund the police, okay, that's fine. But what if I just start going out and start killing people? Who's going to arrest me? Not the police, because we don't have any.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like everyone's lost their fucking mind. And I think that everyone needs to take a fucking step back and realize a couple things. First of all, yes, are there bad cops? Absolutely. There's absolutely bad cops. But are we going to sit here and demonize all the cops in America? 99% of them good cops. We're going to demonize all the cops in America because one idiot got through the system and he was a fucking psychopath and he killed the guy. We don't even know the whole story. I'm thinking there's more of a story since these two idiots worked together for years at a time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We mentioned that earlier before we talked on the podcast, that they worked at the same nightclub. Like, the nightclub owner recognized both of them.
Yeah.
And said that they
worked
at the same time. Yeah. Like, they were co-workers, literally co-workers.
And the other thing that, the media doesn't talk about, but it's proven, freaking George Floyd had so many fucking drugs and fentanyl in the system. Yeah, look, yeah, he had his knee on his neck and all that shit, but, I mean, the dude was a freaking heart attack waiting to happen.
Or an OD, I guess.
No, nobody's talking about that shit.
Man, that's crazy. I didn't even know about that. I hadn't heard about that.
Oh, yeah, no, it's there. Look it up, baby.
Holy shit.
I'm just saying, I'm just thinking that America needs to take a fucking step back because I think everyone's just going nuts.
Yeah, I mean, history's repeating itself all over again with the Rodney King riots. I mentioned that the other day. It's
Yeah, Rodney King. That was the one. I said Reginald Denning earlier.
Yeah, that's all right. Rodney King.
Rodney King. Yeah.
And he's and he came on TV when that happened to him. He's like, why can't we all just get along? I think the other side to that is there's, like we mentioned, there's a lot of white people in these riots and whatnot. Most of them college kids. From what I understand, there was even a YouTuber. You wouldn't believe it, man, but Scottsdale in Arizona, which is like the whitest part of town, got looted. Like they actually, I kind of think they did it right. If you're going to loot, don't loot and burn your own neighborhood. Go to the rich people's neighborhood. Shit.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And that's what they did.
No, I mean, there was posts up in L.A. They're like, yeah, we're going to hit the West Side because we want our peace. So it's like it's like this whole thing of like